Hey y'all, and welcome back to another episode of City Sim Builds. In the previous episode, we built this airport and it is looking really good. We have tons of airplanes flying around, maybe too many airplanes, I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with how this came out. I'm definitely going to come back and make some changes over here. And also, since we had our last episode, I did a live stream and we did a few things in that live stream. One of the things that we did was we came over here and we created a new lumber industry right here, and that's looking pretty good. I just wanted to keep it kind of small and to help provide some employment opportunities for the folks that live over here in these more rural parts of the county. The other thing we did was we created this new road connection, and we have a new diamond interchange right here. And then I started to build this road up here, and I am not happy with the way this came out. I think it's just way too many switchbacks. And that's going to be something that we're going to be focusing in on today's episode. And you might notice that the colors here look a little bit different, and I've been playing around a little bit here with Play It. And one of the major things I did was change the latitude. Originally, I think the latitude for this map was pretty far north. I think it was like in the 80s, so pretty, pretty almost like Arctic in a way, or subarctic. And so what I did was I brought it down to somewhere closer to where I live here in the United States, which is around 35 degrees latitude. And I guess the longitude probably doesn't really matter all that much, but yeah, so I'm going to keep it around, I don't know, around 0, plus or minus 10. And we're going to keep the time of day to around noon or so. So with these changes, you should hopefully be able to see things more brightly and hopefully things look better. So let me know what you think in the comments down below with how things are looking. So there are a few things I want to get done today, and one of those is to get rid of this roadway section and actually have it come up maybe this way, and then have a few switchbacks here. I want to develop a roadway system on this side of the map, and so we're probably going to have a road that goes across this way and have some sort of bridge over here, and then I'm going to have it tie back down over here to where the airport is. And the other thing I want to focus in on is some more industry, and we're going to create a ore industry up here where the blue is, and we're going to create also a little small town probably over here to support the ore industry as well. So with that, let's get into today's episode. Alright, so the first thing I want to do is I want to come over here and get rid of all these roads that I built in the live stream. And we're going to stop it maybe around in here. I might keep this part down here. I think that makes sense. But when you get into here and it's like switchback after switchback after switchback, I think it just kind of, I don't know, it doesn't seem very realistic and looks kind of weird to me. So we're going to go in and we're going to select the roadway segments here, and then we're just going to use our marquee tool and then come through and just get rid of a whole bunch of this at one time. Yeah, and I think that's looking pretty good. So I'm going to come in and maybe use just this segment right here, and then we're going to continue this roadway over here this way. And let me cut on the terrain so I can see what I'm working with here. And this is going to be quite the cut into the side of the mountain, but I think this is going to work much better for us. Alright, I think that is looking pretty good. And I definitely want to come through over here and use our slope tool to get things nice and even through here. So I think through here it was okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. So then let's check this section from here to about there. Yeah, 0.3, that looks fine. Then we'll go from, say, here to roughly the midpoint, somewhere about in here. Okay, 6.7, I think that's reasonable, especially for a section here that is pretty intense in terms of the side grade here. And then over here, we'll come to from there to about there, and 1.8, that looks good. Then from here, let's go up this way, and 10.8, that is pretty steep. Let's continue this on and see if we can do better. Ooh, 11.3, not quite good enough. I wonder if we can continue this on, if that will help things out. So I might come back as far as about here, and we're going to reconsider some of this. So then, see if we can drop this down a little bit. Ooh, 5.7, okay, yeah, that's interesting. All right, so 7.2. Yeah, I think that'll be fine through here. And we're going to terraform this a little bit as well. And then from here, what is it up to the very end? 7.1. Yeah, I think that'll work just fine for us. So now that we have that, I'm going to go through and soften the terrain here a little bit. All right, I think that looks pretty good. We definitely need some sort of fencing in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I like that. I like that. All right. So through here, let's see if we can get something that cuts through over here and then have a bridge that goes across somewhere in this general area. And I wonder if this is going to be way too ridiculous of a bridge span. Let's see. So if we go straight across, how awful does this look? So $42,000. Let's look at it from the side. That is pretty wild. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. I think instead what we'll do is back this up to somewhere in here, and then we'll bridge over this way and come around to have shorter bridge spans. And I also want to be mindful of where the ore industry is. So we have it right here, and this will be probably a smaller ore industry just based off the terrain and everything. So maybe what we can do is come around this side and then bridge over this way. All right, that looks okay. I'll come back and adjust the slopes here in a minute. So now I want to come over this way, and maybe I'll just create an outside connection over here. Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's check on our slopes. And we are losing money. Let's take a look at the budget real quick. I think some of our budgetary issues are because of our large population demand and the way things are kind of just spread out throughout the county. The game does not do a good job of capturing these sort of county-style builds. We are having some issues for sure. Okay, we're just going to come back to that in a minute, but let's get back over here to where we were with our road. Yeah, and that's quite the cut through there. I think that's okay though. All right, that's pretty good. I'm gonna drop the police coverage a little bit here. See if that helps out things a little bit. And then let's reduce our airport funding as well. Let's see if that helps things out just a little bit. So we'll come here with the soften terrain tool and let's just smooth out some of this area through here. I'm okay with there being a cut like this. I just want it to be kind of obvious that that's what had to happen when building the roadway. Kind of same thing through here. All right, I think that's looking pretty good. So we're already starting to get some traffic over here, which is pretty nice. And this section is not on the ground. I do want that to be on the ground. So let's force this to ground level. Okay, do we have any other sections like that? Nope, I think we're good. Okay. All right, and I think coming over this way is going to be kind of tricky. So I'm going to go ahead and start getting a roadway in place. So I think we're going to have some switchbacks throughout here in a few different spots just to make it over some of these ridges. But then maybe over here we could have a connection. Like this looks like a good spot for a bridge. So maybe we can use this as a point to tie into. So I'm going to go ahead and place a bridge here. And let's say we come from here to about there. Then I think we're going to start here and make our way down this way and then meander up and over to get over to where we place the bridge. So I do want to come off at a 90-degree angle here, just for safety purposes. You definitely want that. And I'm not happy with how this turned out. Let's see. Let's back that up a little bit. And I'm curious how bad it would be if we just came down this way like this. We'll come back and check the slopes on that. Actually, let's go ahead and do that now, because I think that's going to be pretty intense. That's probably too much. Ooh, yeah, that's something. That is something for sure. All right, let's maybe consider a different spot for this. And I'm thinking maybe over here might be better. It'll be a longer trip around, but you definitely have to do that sometimes with mountainous terrain like this. Let's come off about here. All right, let's check those slopes. 5.1, that's good. How bad is it terraformed through here? Pretty bad, yeah, okay. All right, let's remove this section. Then what we'll do is see if we can tie in coming around this way and then meet up over there. I had a feeling it was gonna be like that, I had a feeling. All right, let's try that again. So if we come from maybe here, okay, that's reasonable. Okay, that's not bad. 6.7, 0.3, definitely good. And then through here, we're gonna have to have a cut. So we'll start here and then come over to this side. Okay, then let's check out things from here to maybe over here. We're gonna have to have some cuts through here, but I think that's fine. Yikes, okay. All right, I'm just gonna terraform through here. I don't wanna play around with it too much, and I think it'll be fine if we do that. Whoa, not that, not that. It's gonna cause some issues with the river there. All right, cool, I'm liking that, looks good. So now we need to get this road all the way down to here. So I'm gonna work on that. And I think what I'm going to do first is start getting the road going up the mountain, which is going to involve quite a few switchbacks, I believe. But they're going to be longer, so I think it'll work out nicely. All right, let's check the slopes through here now. Airplanes, what's up? So from here to say the midpoint about there, 5.9, that's definitely reasonable for a mountain road like this. So we come from maybe here, nope, too far. Let's go to there, and then meet back up about here, 5.3. Yeah, but we'll do some terraforming, per usual. Let's check out this section through here. How far can we go? Can we go all the way, get it to go all the way to here? 7.4. Looks pretty cool, like with all the, oh, actually I think it's 4.7. Yeah, it looks cool with all like the 4.7s there, not 7.4. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, 6.2, trying to stay like around the 4, 5, or 6 range, especially for the part going up the mountain. Yeah, we'll fix that in a minute. Okay, not bad through there. Then through here, we might have a little bit of a cut section, I believe. Yeah, 7.4. Wonder if we can continue this down all the way, what that would be like. Whoa, okay. Not a fan, not a fan. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna find a point here in the middle, about here. And we're gonna use this to slope back this way and then back over here, just to get something that's not as crazy. So if we start there, come to say about here, 5.4. And that looks much more reasonable in terms of a cut through the mountainside. Then if we come from there to here, yeah, 72.5, then roughly 6, way better. All right, I'm gonna terraform through here and hopefully do something, see if we can fix some of the issues with our budget here. I'm going to pause the game so we don't go into a deficit completely. All right, and I think that looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. All right, so back over here to where we're gonna have our ore industry. So I wanna think about where we're gonna have a little community. So let's take a look at our topography, and also let's take a look at the ore industry. So I think what we're gonna do is have a community over here, and then have a little bit extra housing over here as well. But I think this is a nice flat spot to have some sort of little community over here. So let's see if we can get some roads in place. So I'm gonna pick my favorite 2-lane neighborhood street here, and let's see if we can have something that comes off this way, and something that follows the terrain a little bit here, and then maybe ties up like that, and then we'll slope from here to over here, get that a little bit more even, and then kind of the same thing from here to here, although we probably can't do much there. And I'm going to just kind of flatten things out a little bit just to have a little bit more like working space here. All right, that looks pretty good. So for power through here, I think I'm going to rely on windmills. So I'm going to place a few windmills up here along this ridge. Then what we'll do is we'll run a power line down here to the town just to get some growth happening. So we'll have it come straight down the mountain like that. Then through here I'm going to change the road so we can get some zoning. Then also what I might do is have this road come up this way and kind of skirt along the edge of the contours here. And then we can put a few other additional roadways through here. So maybe we have one that connects from here to there. And then maybe we have one that comes off this way, then ties up here. And then I think we could have some additional connectivity through here. So I wonder if we can meet up here and then tie up about there. And maybe what we can do is have something that sneaks through here, like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. All right, so we're gonna focus our commercial activity right here. This will be like our little downtown district. Then we'll need a medical clinic and police and fire coverage as well. So we'll put our medical clinic right here. And then for fire coverage, let's do a rural fire station. I think we can do something here on the outskirts of town. And we'll see if we need an additional one. I think that should be fine. Then we'll do a small police station. Maybe we can put that over here. And I'm gonna go ahead and place a water tower as well. We're gonna put that up here. And then let's get water piping in place. Now we need residential. So I'm just gonna do that for right now, and we'll see how that looks, and hopefully that'll be okay. Then let's speed the game up a little bit, see if we get some growth here. And one thing we are missing is sewage processing. So let's see if we can get maybe like one of the eco-inland water treatment plants. Then I think we can probably place this maybe over here by the police station. We'll put that there for the time being. And then the power issues here should resolve pretty shortly. Let's see if we're gonna have jumping happen. I think we will here in a little bit. But just to maybe help facilitate it, I'm gonna put that there for the time being. Yeah, and our budget keeps bopping around, but I think that this will be okay. And power is not connecting over here, so I think I'm also gonna place another transformer to see if I can get it to jump over here so that citizens don't get sick and everything. So maybe we have a power transformer right there. Maybe another one here in the corner. Then I wonder if we put one here. Not quite. Okay. I'm gonna do my best to try and remember to come back and get rid of those. And I didn't have that connected up, and that will definitely help out the sewage situation here. Okay, that's looking good. All right, we'll come back to the town here in a second. And oh, by the way, we need a name for the town. So I'm gonna paint a district, and let me know in the comments what you think this town should be called. And it's definitely not gonna be Myrtle Square. We gotta do something different than Myrtle Square. All right, so let's take a look at the industries. So I'm gonna paint a district for the ore industry right here. We'll call this the Northside Mining Company. And again, if you have a different name for that, please let me know in the comments. I'll definitely change the name for that. All right, so for ore, we're probably gonna keep things kind of small through here. So let's place our ore main industry building. We'll do that up here. And I think we'll need to change the roadway type here for this to allow zoning. We'll come in and we'll change this section kind of through here. Then let's pop back over to the Industries tab. We'll grab the ore industry main building, and I think we can get by putting it right there. Yeah, excellent. And then so I think we're gonna need some sort of road that comes off and maybe connects from up here down to here. So let's turn on the terrain and see if we can get something in place for that. And I'm not going to terraform this because I want to go and place some of the ore industry buildings here before we lose money. And I wonder if... I want to take a look at something actually. Okay, we were having some backups here. What are we... We're charging a decent amount for the toll booth. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that there. I thought about bringing it over here, but I think it'd be fine being over there. Okay, let's come back over here and take a look at the Northside Mining Company. So we're going to do a few of these small ore mines. Here we'll cut into the hillside a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks pretty reasonable. And we need to get power and water over here as well. So I'm going to piggyback off the system over here and see if we can get something in place. All right, so we have water and let's get power. So I'm going to use the rural line and we're going to have this come over. Then I'm just going to run that down there for now. Then we'll bring this back over here to our new town over yonder. And this is going to be weird, but I'm going to allow it for the time being. I'm just going to not worry about it. All right, so that should have us established with power. Let's see how bad this looks. Yeah, so it comes down here and then goes up. So I'll leave that be for the time being. All right, let's see if we can get a few more ore industry buildings in place. I wonder if we can do some of these underground ones. Let's put these up here. And again, I'm good with these kind of terraforming a little bit, or a lot of it, I guess I should say. And we've run out of money. Okay. But yeah, I feel like with ore industries, you definitely see this sort of excavation happening and terraforming. So I am good with that. All right, let's take a look at the budget and see if we can do anything about that. So coming over to the farm over here, we haven't been over here in a while. So we have that cranked up to 150%. Let's see what the issues are throughout the county. We have a continuous death care issue over here, and I don't know what to do about that. I wonder if there's any traffic issues. So we have, this is kind of like our main junction where we have some traffic problems, but that's to be expected. Is there anywhere else? So we have some traffic backups over here and then over here, but that's not bad. And this isn't too bad. So I'm okay with that. We're right at 80%. So traffic-wise, I think we're doing okay. Where are we losing money in our budget? So our biggest expenses right now are the factories, the industry areas, fire coverage, and I'm hesitant to do it, but I'm going to bring it down to 90%. Let's see how that goes. Healthcare, let's try that at 90 and see if that will make things worse for the citizens. We're doing okay over here. And then our roadway budget, I wonder if we could bring this down a little bit. Let's come to like 70%. So we do have quite a bit of roads. And I'm not really sure what happens when you bring that down. I guess maybe the game thinks, or maybe some of the roadway segments start to break. This is finished emptying, so I'm going to remove this actually. Let's bring this to here. Make sure we get that connection back in place. I think we have another one over here I wanted to get rid of. So let's get rid of this one. And I'm good with that being gone. I think our garbage processing should be fine. Yeah, so right now, yeah, we have plenty of garbage processing capacity. So we have a few fires here and there. But overall, I think things are okay. So back over here in River Point, we do have some issues downtown. Not enough workers, and shelves are getting empty. Not really sure what to do about that at this point. The RCI is pretty good down here. So I'm gonna continue over here adding a little bit more residential and commercial, just like a small little strip right here. Because honestly, that's about all we can afford. Then let's see what the slope is. 6.2, okay. We'll see if the budget here continues in a positive direction. I might try and just level out here a little bit. I know it's not super realistic, but I think it should be okay. Then maybe what we can do is soften the terrain a little bit on the edges, just so looks like we didn't do a ton of work here in terms of changing the grades and everything. So what I'm thinking is just having a small little like Main Street area. Maybe comes here. Maybe the ore company just decided to use some of their equipment and grade through here and just make like a box shape, you know, like this, like a little grid system, but it's not perfect, you know what I mean? So I think that seems pretty cool. Roughly grade out through there, and then we'll get a few businesses and homes through here as well. And I think I'm gonna stop it about there. Then let's get water and power over here as well. All right, so we have a garbage issue up here. So maybe what we can do is place a little recycling center about there. And hopefully that will be enough to serve this area and our community over here. What are the problems over here? So not enough workers, that's to be expected in a small community like this, I think, with some of the growth issues that we're having. But so far this seems to be doing okay with our budget. I'm gonna jump up the game speed a little bit. So 11 of 35 workers, 10 of 35, 10 of 35. So we're doing okay here. Of course, we're just having everything strictly go to output in terms of exports. Let's turn on improved logistics and keep that one on just for the time being. Yeah, and we're in a deficit now. So I'm gonna slow the game speed down a little. And we're in a bankruptcy alert. So I'm going to reject this because I don't want to take out any loans right now. And I think what we're going to do is probably call it for today's episode. And what we're going to do in the next episode is focus in on some of the budgetary issues and see if we can get to the bottom of why we keep having this very intensely fluctuating budget. But I'm pretty pleased with how things have turned out. We've got a little ore industry established in a little small community that's just starting to take shape. And then we built this new roadway system for the county that comes all the way down to where the airport is. And then we have this new community over here, which I think is looking pretty good. And if you have a name for this community, please let me know down in the comments. But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for today's episode. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please think about doing so. That would really help me out. Also, leave a comment and like the video as well. That is also super awesome and helps me out as well. But I'm looking forward to seeing you all back here in Two Rivers County. And until the next one, hope y'all are doing well, and we'll see you then. All right, bye.